Alrighty, we're still stashing down, we're still making baby cardigans until I or you get fed up of this same color. What color is that? Mint from Lion Brand Ice Cream. I still have some ends to weave in on this 2 to 3 year old cardigan. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But I wanted to show you guys that I've already started the next size. So this is the 1 to 2 year and it is ready for sleeves. So I definitely am just on the gravy train of cardigan, cardigan, cardigan. But I have a really cute idea to help me not forget what size it is. I have these little tags that say I'm handmade and they have the care instructions on them, which I'm going to attach to each one and make sure I put the size on there as well. That's gonna be the first thing on the docket today. I thought it would be fun to physically track my stash the same way that I'm doing my project pan in my journal. So for each month or for each item that I use up, I'll just highlight it with a corresponding color for the month. So this yellow is to represent the month of June, and as we go through, it'll color itself in and be really pretty by the end. And I thought it would be fun too to tally similarly to how I am in the like digital form. Just the projects that we're finishing. Sleeve 1. Sleeve 2. Cardigan update time. This is our third cardigan in this process with this color. Reminder, it is the mint from Lion Brand Ice Cream. I'm still obsessed with this pattern. This is now the 6th time I've worked up this pattern. I don't know what it is. It's so obsessive. It's addicting. It's potato chippy. I've heard things described like that, and I agree. It's a very potato chippy pattern. I think the thing I like the most about it too is that in order to change size, you don't need to change stitch count or anything. It's just your needle size that changes how big the final garment will be. So I have completely memorized the entire stitch count and the entire repeat for the pattern. Only thing I ever need to do in order to make this a different size is just switch my needle size, and I think that is part of why it is so easy. Another big part too is there's only 2 ends to weave in by the end of it because it is created in one full set. Like there's no sewing to be done at all. And it has the tiniest piece of crochet to it. So I don't know, like it's just a little bit of everything, and I think that's what makes it so perfect. But yeah, I just wanted to update you there. We are on our 3rd skein of this color, and a reminder, I have 8 total, and after this cardigan I will have 3 more to make, but I know that this is going to finish off this thing. So we're definitely gonna have more skeins to work with. I don't know what we're gonna do with it yet, and I think after I finish these cardigans, I am going to want to like plan what to do with everything else, because I think that's why my stash has been as big as it's been for as long as it's been, and that's why it keeps growing, because I like to see the yarn. I have an idea on the top of my head, but then I don't work it right away, and then I just let it sit in there for a while, and then I forget what the plan was, and then I just don't make it, so the stash just keeps growing while the actual progress doesn't happen. But we're changing that. We're changing the narrative, and we are now working through our stash, working through what we own and not adding to the problem anymore. Another cardigan done. This is what the third skein is looking like going into cardigan number 4. On to the next one.
Rabbit, 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 rabbit.
Okay, the first video has been up for a couple days now, and I woke up today to so many new subscribers and so many views, and I just wanted to say thank you so much if you are a new subscriber and if you are one of the new viewers. You don't have to be subscribed, but I would absolutely love it if you are. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. I've been wanting to see my subscriber count pass 300 for a while, and it finally did this morning, and I kind of wanted to scream and cry. So thank you so much. I feel really good about this new direction on the channel, and I know I'm not changing anything as far as like what I'm making, but I feel really good about the direction that this is going, and I just wanted to say thank you so much. I gotta go into rehearsal now, but yeah, I'm gonna cry. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited and appreciative. So yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah, I'm so good.
Alrighty friends, the curse of wanting to add to the stash has struck again. Every single time I go visit the senior center, I end up coming home with either a project that needs to be finished or yarn. In this case, 2 of these yarns I actually found this morning hiding in my personal stash, but I knew for a fact that I had collected them from the senior center. So 2 of these are getting transferred into the senior center stash down quantity. 2 of them also came home with me. So we are adding 4 new skeins into the senior center stash down, and I already weighed these. It is a total of 222 point something grams. I think we're still okay and still at like a net negative, which is all I could ask for. We're still stashing down. I did come across a comment. Thank you, Sid, for bringing this to my attention. I didn't actually tell you guys what the senior center stash down is. So I do volunteer at a local senior center, and they have a group that they call the Handy Crafters, which is a group of knitters or crocheters that just make stuff for the senior center to then sell for fundraising for the center itself. They have their own stash of yarn, which is free to use and make whatever you want for their funding purposes. What I mean by that is they do ask that if you take anything out of their closet of yarn, you then make something in return for the senior center to sell back. But I have been known in the past to be a little bit of a yarn bandit. I have accumulated a little bit of a stash from just taking yarn with full intentions of making to return for them, and I get distracted by my own personal stash and my own personal makes, and we're just not making things fast enough to then return. So I have accumulated a little bit of a stash, and that is what we're currently working down. I do have a personal stash that I would like to also work down, eventually. The only way I think this could be successful is if I break it down into small chunks, especially with the yarn situation. And if I'm staying focused on one target at a time, it's gonna be a little bit more achievable. Yeah, I don't think I'm yet ready to face the personal stash. It has gotten a little bit out of hand. To finish off that thought though, I often hand off projects that were unfinished, or some of the other women in the center are unable to finish. So I take it upon myself to take on that role of, okay, I'll finish it, you know. I'm fully capable, I have the time, you know, that type of thing. So I've become the resident like project rescuer, I guess. And so that is where those two projects in the last video came from. They were handed off to me unfinished, but we finished one of them and reclaimed yarn from the last one. I still don't know what I'm gonna do with that reclaimed yarn. It's a different fiber content that I think I've ever used. There's no yarn band, so I couldn't tell you what it is. If you have any ideas for that yarn that we reclaimed, please, please, please let me know in the comments. I'd love your suggestions. But yeah, I hope that cleared up any confusion as far as what the senior center or the senior center stash down is. We're gonna be working on it for a little bit, but we're still doing these cardigans. Speaking of cardigans, let's go ahead and take a look at this guy. I think this is the 1 to 2 year. I think that's the one I'm still on. We are about halfway done with the body, and I think I can probably get this done. I'm gonna push myself to see if I can finish this guy today. Mark my words, we're finishing it today, and then we'll have 2 more cardigans. Good morning. I have rehearsal this morning, so I'm going to try to be quick, but I did finish the 9 to 12 month. I am ready to go ahead and get the next one cast on. However, the needles that I need are already attached to a project that I enjoy taking to Disneyland, and I do have plans of going to Disneyland in like the next 3 days, so I'm gonna have to try and like rapid fire this cardigan before I go, otherwise I won't have needles to take with me in the park, because this is a project that I like strictly only do at Disney. We'll get a sneak of that guy. This is the best I can do because it's so beautifully stuffed in here. I do need a new project bag because this thing keeps growing and it's just gonna keep growing, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit it in here for much longer. But I'm gonna steal the needles from this and we're gonna go ahead and jump into the next cardigan. Here is what skein number 4 is looking like after 4 cardigans.
Sounds like we won't be combining plots then.
Yes, I am wearing the same outfit that I wore at the start of this video and the end of last video, but no, it is a totally different day. I realize my hair is also the exact same. Can you blame a girl for liking stuff? Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and close off this video by showing you we have another finished cardigan. Yes, I still have ends to weave in and I still need to get the progress keepers out of the way, but this is the 3 to 6 month size. We have 1 size left. I do fear that it's going to be a little difficult because the needle size is a 3, but the recommended size for the yarn is a 5. So we've already gone a little bit smaller and this was very tight to knit. I'm gonna try it, we'll see what happens. You're gonna have to wait to see what happens until the next video though. Haha. Here is what our stats is looking like. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I still am absolutely amazed at how many subscribers and viewers I've gotten off of just the last video. I'm floored. So thank you so much for being here. And I can't wait to see where this journey takes us. Leave a comment down below what you're working on and what your stash or hobby goals are. Do you have a backlog? But until next time, cheers! Do you have anything that you need to take care of? Because like, I'll be supportive. Let's go. Get off your couch, go do that thing.